Good morning, everyone. Today we will discuss the revision assignment 5. Okay, it was easy. Still, some of you might have your doubts. You can ask. The first question was we had to prove that gx is a factor of px. This is not. Still, you can ask anyone doubt in question number 1, where we had to check that gx is a factor of px. Please ask anyone who has doubt in this question or who want me to repeat this one. Please type p or r for this one. If you have any doubt in this question, please type p or r. We just have used the remainder theorem. We have taken the divisor, we have put it equal to 0 so that we can find its zeros. So first we have found the zeros of gx, that is 2 by 3. After finding the zero of gx, we know that if we find p of this number and that comes equal to 0, we can surely say that the number is a factor of px. It is a sort of shortcut to find the remainder directly. But in this shortcut, you cannot find the quotient. If you want to find the quotient, you have to go for long division. Class, I hope my point is clear to you. To find the quotient, you have to go for long division. But if only the remainder is concerned, you can go for this method also. Okay. Now, let's see the next thing. Question number 2. Show that gx equal to x minus root 2 is a factor of px. Similar question, only thing I tried is I used these under roots so that we can make little bit of complexity in the question. I hope you were able to find the answer easily. There, okay, 51, fine. Now, sir, again, Piyush, which one? This one, question number 2. Piyush, you have doubt in question number 2. Again, the voice issue. Okay, I don't know why it is happening. I think I have to take out the mic only. Just one second. Just one second. I'm coming. I'm coming in a minute with the mic. Just just 1 minute. I'm coming. Wait. Let me pause. Question number 3. What must be added to px, which is this thing? This is your dividend, so that the result is exactly divisible by x minus 2. So class, we have seen many such questions in normal division also. Suppose you have 3 over here and 8 over here, and they ask what should be subtracted from 8 so that it is divisible by 3. What you do is 3 to the 6, you get 2 as remainder. So you wanted this remainder to be 0, but it came as 2. What will you subtract from 8, beta? Please confirm. What will you subtract from 8? Obviously, we will subtract 2 from 8 because 8 minus 2 is 6, which is divisible by 3. So this sort of analogy will help you in this kind of questions. In this, we have to add something in the px. We don't know what is the number, so we assumed it to be k. We assume that we have to add a number k in this polynomial so that it becomes divisible by our gx or x minus 2. So the new polynomial becomes this thing: 2x power 4, 5x cube, 2x square minus x minus 3 plus k. This is our new polynomial, and we know after adding this number, class, we know after adding this number, this whole polynomial is now a multiple of this x minus 2. So we can say the 0 of x minus 2 is 2. So we must get P2 equal to how much, class? If x minus 2 is a factor of this new polynomial, we must get P of 2 equal to 0. So in the complete equation, there are two variables, x and k. If we put P of 2, x is gone, only k will be left. So you can see I have just replaced all the x with 2, leaving only 1k behind the variable. So we can easily find the value of this variable after solving the equation, and the value is 5. The value of k is 5. That means if I add 5 in the given polynomial px, that polynomial will become a perfect, this x minus 2 become a perfect factor of px. Or you can say the reverse also, that this px becomes a multiple of gx. Both are the same things. I hope this question is clear to everyone. Why we have added the value k in the given polynomial? So I did with long division. Okay, Vaishnav, no problem. This is also correct, that is also correct. Okay, there are many ways to solve the question. Class, please confirm. Is the method clear to you? Okay, good, Garima. Now let's see the next question, the main one of this chapter, factorize. Before starting the question, I hope you all remember what do we mean by factorization. You must have all the expressions in multiplication. Inside you can have plus minus, no issue. But outside the two expressions, you must have a multiplication. Then only you can say that the factor form is obtained. If you remember, we know that this 12 can be written as 2 into 2 into 3, where 2 is a factor, 2 is a factor, and 3 is a factor. And in between there is a multiplication sign. So we have to take care of the same thing here also. So let's see the first question. Just by looking at the question, we can see that x plus y and x plus y are same in both the expressions. Class, what you see in the starting is expression 1, expression 2, and in both the expressions x plus y is same, so we can take it common like this. What is left behind? 2a minus 3b. This one was an easy one. Class, please confirm. If you expand this thing, that is also fine, but without expanding also we can do it quickly just by taking x plus y common. Question number 2, it is also similar question. This is the first expression, second expression, and in between there is a sign of minus. Class, we have two expressions and in between we have a sign of minus. So again we'll try to factorize it by taking common, because we have studied in factorization the first method is always taking common. Second method is by regrouping. If you remember, class, please confirm. What was the third method, class? In class 8 we have done the first thing that we should try is taking common. The second thing we should try is regrouping. Third is what? Class, do you remember? Yes, the third is, class, the third one is using identity. No, fourth is middle term splitting. Last we should go for middle term splitting. Okay, the third one is identity. Now see, in this case, if we observe 3a minus 2b is a complete term. Those who have issues, those who have doubts, can assume this as x. Those who have any doubt, those who want to make it easy, can assume let 3a minus 2b is equal to x. Now question becomes very easy. 8x square minus 10x. Class, you can see, is this easy or were you able to solve the first only? If you are having any issue with such large quantities, you can always assume the same numbers. So I have taken 3a minus 2b as x. So now you can see this is the question. Now easily you can take common from this. What? Please tell me what is common from this. X is common. Just take x common. Or you can say 2x is common. So take 2x common. Inside we will get 4x minus 5. That's it. Now just put the value back of x. The value of x is what? 3a minus 2b. Again 4, 3a minus 2b minus 5. You have observed while putting back the value of x, I have used the bracket. Why? Because sometimes if you just write like this, will this be correct, class? If I don't use the bracket to put back the value, will it be correct? No, because it says that 4 is multiplying with 3a only, but not with 2b. So this is wrong. Whenever you put a value for the variable, you have to put the brackets and then you have got the simplified form, which is same as this one. So if you are not able to deal with larger numbers, you can make them small by assuming as a different variable x, y, z or whatever you want. Now question number 3. Here you have 4 terms or 4 expressions: x cube, 2x square, 5x and 10. So what we can do is we can do the regrouping in this case. If you see, just by viewing you will get that these two has something in common, and which is x square. These two have something in common, that is 5. So what I've done is I have taken x square common from these two and got x plus 2 inside. I've taken 5 common from these two and got x plus 2 inside. And after this, class, we can see it is still it is not the factor form. Why? Because in between we have a, class, between two expressions we are having a, sir, what was regrouping? Vaishnav, regrouping was bringing together those participants or expressions which have something in common. Okay, Vaishnav, suppose in this case you want to regroup x cube plus 10 plus 2x square plus 5x. Please confirm, will you get anything in these two and these two which is beneficial for you in this grouping? Vaishnav, please confirm, if you take this group x cube plus 10 and 2x square and 5x, will this be beneficial for you? Will this help you? Yes, you have to take the group in such a way that they have something in common. So you can see in this case x square is common and in this case 5 is common. After taking common, we have got this expression in which x plus 2 is same to same. In both the expressions we have x plus 2 common, so we have taken it outside. After that we have got x square at the first place and 5 at the second place and got the second factor. So factor 1 is multiplying with factor number 2. That's it. It is your factor form. Class, please confirm. Is it clear to everyone? Please confirm by P or R. Okay, good. Others, please confirm. Only 7, 8 are confirming. We have 56 participants. Please all confirm. Now, the next question is 2x minus 3 whole square minus 8x plus 12. Many of you may be thinking we should open this square. It's okay. You can open it. You can say it becomes 4x square plus 9 minus 2ab, that is 2 into 2x into 3 minus 8x plus 12. It's fine. We can expand this whole square and then after that we will get a quadratic equation. I know some of you might have done this question via this method also. It is absolutely fine to solve in this way. where you are expanding this thing and then you are solving a quadratic equation by whichever formula you want. But as I've told you, to factorize, the first thing we should think of is taking common. Class, why to make a question difficult for us when it is very easy? You have seen we have 2x minus 3 over here. Class, we all have seen 2x minus 3 is here. If you observe little bit in this, you can see they have something in common. So try to take common, maybe some ways will open for you, and you can see the question is, one second, 2x minus 3 whole square minus 8x plus 12. Now let me show you some things. If you take common plus 4, what will happen? 2x minus 3 square. I have taken the number like this. Plus, tell me, I am just regrouping the question. Tell me which one is correct. Please tell me, is the first way of regrouping is correct or second way of regrouping is correct? I have made two groups. So in the second way, what is the mistake? I have removed the negative sign inside and brought multiplication in between, which is wrong. It was not multiplication. So you have to take a plus sign outside, then only you can make this group. Okay, the first way is correct. To regroup the question, let me erase this. After regrouping, we have to see what is common. Now let's see. In the first thing, nothing is common, so we'll write it as it is. In the second one, what is common, class? Please tell. In the second one, what is common? 8x plus 12. 4 is common. Inside we will be having minus 2x plus 3. But still, are they same, class? Are these two same? Are these two same? No, they are not same. Why? Because it is 2x minus 3. It is minus 2x plus 3. Only difference of negative sign. So how we can make them same? We have to take minus outside. Very good. We have to take a minus outside from this second expression. It becomes like this. Negative will come outside, and we all know as soon as negative comes outside, all the sign inside will change. We all know as soon as the negative comes out, all the signs inside will change. So it becomes 2x minus 3 square minus 4, 2x minus 3. So earlier 2x was negative, now it is positive. Earlier 3 was positive, now it is negative. This is the way, and now you can find these two are the same things. You can take it common and find the answer. So you can see how by taking common we have avoided this expansion of whole square. Okay, now question number 5. Just by looking at the question, the thing that comes to my mind is somehow I should try to apply this formula. The thing that comes to my mind is somehow I should try this formula over here or this identity. For that, I have to see, can I write this question as complete whole square? Can I write this expression as complete whole square? Yes, I can write. 25 is actually 5 square. 4 is actually 2 square. X square is x square. So we have got the first expression in bracket. Similarly, 1 upon 3 y whole square. Now we can say this complete is A, this complete is B, and just apply the formula A plus B, A minus B, and readily we have got the answer. The only effort was to make them in this way, A whole square and B whole square. So 1 by 3, this thing. Now question number 6, again very simple question. Just by looking at the question you will think it will be very difficult for you, but as soon as you go through the procedure of factorization by taking common, you will get the things. Suppose you have taken common only AB at the first, 3a square minus 243b square. Again you will say, sir, nothing is applicable. But you have to see that this 2 are also having a same factor 3. Why? Because 2 plus 4 is 6, 6 plus 3 is 9. So we can take 3 also as common. So 3ab, and we have got the inside as a square minus 81 b square. And for our luck, we know 81 is also, yes class, 9 square. So easily we have got this thing. So a plus 9b, a minus 9b. This way we have obtained the next expression. I think this is the last one, seventh question. Yes, it is the last one. A square minus b square minus a minus b. In this thing, directly we cannot do anything. The thing we can take common in the starting. So we have to apply the identity. Because I have seen I cannot do anything else, so I have to use the identity. That is, a square minus b square can be written as a plus b, a minus b, minus a minus b is left. Now I have taken what common? Minus as common and got a plus b inside. You can see we have same thing and we have taken a plus b common. Left is this thing. Class, please confirm. Any other doubt you want to ask? I will unmute you. While solving the questions, if you found any problem, any conceptual thing that you want to ask me, you can ask right now. Class, it's 8:34. Please ask your doubts. Is anything over there you want to ask?